Oh, no, wrong one. Wrong one. That one. There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Apologies if we're a bit early for you. I know we're a bit slightly earlier than we usually stream, but it's for good reason. It's not for a good reason, actually. I need to leave the office earlier today. That's my reason, so I'll be honest. Yeah, so with me, sorry, let me just do intros. Let's get out of the way. So I'm Matt, I'm the community manager here at Payload Studios, and with me is...
I'm Taku, I'm a designer on TerraTech, and yeah, at Payload as well.
The one and only Payload. So today's stream, we're going to be taking a look at some of the new stuff, trademark. I'm pretty sure we discussed this in the last, I don't think that's legally binding. If you just put it there.
I don't think so.
I'm not a lawyer. But either way, we're looking at some new stuff. Some of the stuff that we released, and it's now in the latest unstable version. So if you don't know what unstable is, it's a beta branch. It's a sort of testing version, a version of the game that we released earlier than the normal update, so players can test out stuff and make sure it's not broken before we release it. So that went out. We actually went out yesterday, but we didn't publish the patch notes until this morning. But players can play it. So what we're going to be doing is basically going through the unstable patch notes one by one, looking at all the new features that are coming to TerraTech. It's a very exciting time. I quite enjoy doing these streams because it's just good fun. And Taku's going to offer his insightful designer knowledge on each of these items because you were intrinsically involved with each of them.
Yeah, with the team, so do my best to do so.
Yes! Good. Right, so who have we got in chat? We have Sharmoni's there, SMOSG, Just a Cat says hi, Coke Play 666. Lovely. Well, welcome to the stream. Can't hear Taku.
Hi, Shamoni.
Get closer to the mic.
Hi, Shamoni. Yeah.
Mecca says hi. Cool.
Hi, Mecca.
Right, so without further ado, let's talk about some news. I know that. Oh, here's some news. The console update. The next console update has gone into certification. So for those that have been around for a while and know how these things work, that means that we're in the very, very final stage of the console update process. And it means that the update for console, the next console update is only hopefully moments away. So once it's been certified and PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox are all happy with it, we will then have a release date that we can share with everybody. But generally with these things, we like to just push them out as soon as they're ready. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. So that's the first bit of news. The second bit of news is, like I mentioned earlier, we've released a new TerraTech Unstable version on the Unstable branch. So if you want to go and test out some of the stuff that we're about to show, feel free to head over to Steam and sign up for the Unstable beta branch. You can try out all this cool stuff. So, with all that said, I think that's everything. Can you think of any other updates that we have for the community? Probably not.
No, I think that's about it. That's about it.
Good. Just what I like to hear. So I actually don't have the game running, so let me open that first, and then we can get into the game. Cool, so who else have we got in chat? First stream of my favourite game. Let's go. Just a Cat said that. Well, welcome to your first stream. Thanks for joining in. It's a pleasure to have you. KA905 says hi. Odie says hello. It's good having you, everybody here, everybody. Come on, TerraTech. There we go.
The screen's actually pretty big.
So Taku's mate, we have an ultra wide monitor for the streaming, and it's obnoxiously big, I might add. It's too big. No monitor needs to be this wide. It's counterintuitive. Is it just anyway? Right, game's loaded. Let's get into the game.
Let's go.
So, first things first, let's look at these Force Gizmos. I don't know if that's going to be the official name for them, but I like them anyway. So if I go into options, gameplay. Oh, it is. It's called. Okay, nice. It's called Force Gizmos in the menu. Nice. So, here's a spoiler alert. We've added, as you can see, we are in R&D labs. And you now have these two other options, which were in creative, but weren't in R&D. So you can now set your player to invincible, and you can also power up instantly. So those are two things that were in creative mode, but not in R&D. They are now in R&D, so that's good. The other thing that we've added to all game modes is the show force gizmos in build beam. So I'm just going to apply that. I'm going to come out of that, and I'm going to go in build beam. So there are 4 force gizmos. The center of mass, center of thrust, center of boost, center of... There's one more, I'm sure there is. Center of boost, center of thrust, center of lift.
Lift, yeah, that's the one.
Center of lift. So here you can see, using this lovely arrow, on screen. This is the center of gravity. So this just indicates, firstly, how strong or how heavy your tech is. That arrow will get bigger, depending on how heavy your tech is. But also, it's not under. Where did we put the? Here it is. But it will move on your tech depending on where your center of gravity is. So let's make this thing a bit heavier. As you can see, a bit more weight at the back of the tech, therefore your center of gravity is going to shift a bit more to the back. Pretty self-explanatory, right?
Yeah, it's really nifty tool. Like for me personally, it allows me to sort of understand where my center of gravity is on my tech. It makes building a lot easier for me anyway. So I'm not like just freestyling it half of the times.
That's really important. Is that this was brought in as a way to help. It's just an extra tool for you to help build. So actually, completely forgot to mention any of this. All the features that you're seeing in this video, all the new stuff that we're showing off, are all as a result of community suggestions and community feedback. So these are things that we've had on our Discord server, on our forums, on our YouTube videos, in our Twitch chat. All that kind of stuff, and we've paid attention to it, and we've effectively taken the most popular ones, the ones that the community wanted the most, and also the ones that we quite liked the most as well, and we've basically just done them. So a center of gravity indicator has been a big requested feature. It's been a requested feature for a long time for TerraTech, because basically the idea is, you want to try and figure out how to balance your tech, how heavy it is, like where the center of mass is, the center of gravity is. So it just helps you make more informed decisions when you're building, rather than the trial and error approach. So I think the best example is to build a plane. Planes are really tricky to build in TerraTech because you don't know where the center of gravity is, you don't know where the center of lift is. They always come out a bit janky and a bit off balance. So you might have a plane that continually wants to just lift up or nosedive or any of that sort of stuff. So all these gizmos will give you a better idea as to how to build better aircraft, better hovers, that kind of stuff. So we're looking ideally at the minute at center of gravity, but let's look at center of thrust. Actually, let me bring this guy out. This will give a better indication. So your center of thrust is the blue one here. So this tech has wings on it, and that's balanced. So effectively, each wing adds a different amount of thrust to your tech, and what this indicator does is basically balances it out and gives you just where the center of all that lift is coming from. So the idea being that you want your center of lift and your center of gravity to be as close as possible, I guess.
Nice, yeah,
to get a nice balance. And then there's another one here as well. Well spotted. This is your center of thrust. So this is where all of the thrust of your tech is coming. Blue lift, purple is thrust. Yeah. So blue lift is purple is thrust. So the center of thrust, that's giving you an idea of where you're pushing, where the thing that's pushing your thrust is coming from. So if I was to put a center of another propeller or something at the back, that will the center of thrust will even itself out and be somewhere more towards the middle. The last one to show, because this doesn't have any, is the center of boost. So let me drop some boosters on here and we'll see what happens.
I wonder if you have anywhere tech you can put it. Maybe at the bottom. Right?
Yeah, good point. Let's do this. Be a bit naughty. There you go. Yeah, so red is center of boost. So if you add a booster to your tech, similar to how the center of thrust works, it gives you an idea of predominantly where, on average, where that boost is on your tech, and also how strong it is. So propellers relative to boosters are quite weak. That's why this arrow is shorter, whereas boosters provide a short spurt of boost, a short spurt of boost, and also the direction in which that boost is going. Cool. I hope that answers that. So this is really nifty. This is really nifty. It's going to help players build bigger techs. This is really useful on bigger techs because, as you can see, each one of these arrows is, what's the word? It's on
a per block basis at the moment.
Okay.
But I think if it's like on a bigger tech, it's easier to see exactly where things are happening. Yeah. And you're dealing with less blocks here, so
good point.
It's easier to rejig things.
Whereas on bigger techs, these arrows will be, because they're on top of the tech. They're not going to be obfuscated. Yes. By why can it hear me but not
I'm
you?
So far away. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can see your levels. You make sure when you're talking that your levels are coming up to better.
Cool. No, we were just saying that it's having the gizmos a lot. It's really useful, like on bigger techs, compared to on smaller techs. But here it's quite nice because you can actually rejig the blocks. Hello.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Carry on.
Cool. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. There you go. So yeah. What do we call them? Force gizmos.
Actually, toggleable, as they've seen, you can toggle them off, on and off. Maybe some players might, they're used to already building normally how TerraTech is, but they're an option.
Nice. I'm trying to think of the best way that I can demonstrate this next thing. Let me do this. So the next thing you're going to show is death markers. So right now, when you die in TerraTech, that's it. You don't get any. Oh, hang on, this isn't going to work at all.
I think it's
I need a different tech. There's hundreds of techs in there I could have picked. Why did I pick for 2E? There we go. That should do it. Boom. So there's one gone. Now it's going to attack me. And once I die, I don't know if this is enabled in R&D.
I think you might have. I've never tried it in R&D. I played it. I was using it in campaign.
Okay. Well, let's see. If they actually learn to shoot. Oh, there you go. Come on. There we go. Right. So I'm now dead.
So you go on the map.
Actually, never mind. Get off me! Yeah. So we're going to use a portal just to portal away, and then I could hopefully show you on the map where the.
Yeah, I think I might have to go into campaign.
Gonna have to go to campaign for that one, but we'll come back to that. I should have tested this before the stream. We'll come back to that. But in theory, there is a death marker. There is a death marker in campaign. It just, cool. Tech will now load if there are blocks missing from the snapshot. So this is very exciting. So this needs to be done in campaign as well, because there are always going to be stuff. Yeah. This is a small quality of life update where we've updated automatic best block rotation to favour circuits and systems connections where applicable. Can't really show that on today's stream. Okay, can we? It's a bit of an awkward one. Sonic 7 Power says, "Hey Matt and Taku, how are you? And about nothing. I suppose you know about the water mod, so can we expect you to try during a live in a distant future?" We can do. I think that it's one of the things that I've been putting off doing for a while, mainly because it's an unofficial mod. Yeah. We tend not to mess around too much with unofficial mods because they tend to break. Yeah. Although the water mod is pretty stable at this point. Yeah, okay. But yeah, we tend also we want to kind of just highlight stuff on the workshop as well. Just because that's more official. Yeah. But yeah, we can have a look at that sort of stuff in the future. Right, so let me get my head around this. We've updated automatic best block rotation to favour circuits and systems where applicable. So that just basically means when you're rotating a block, it will favour circuits and systems over anything else. I don't really know how to demonstrate that with a... Why does it do that? There we go. So, how do we do this, Taku?
So, accessories.
This isn't.
Oh, you've got to pick the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Go away. Cool.
Accessories and then.
So if we then have, I imagine
I'm trying to think what's the block would really.
So.
One of those,
yeah. So as you can see, I have a set of wires here. I have another block next to the wires, or with a gap between the wires. I want to place a transmitter in this gap, but just so it hooks up directly to the wires, right? That makes sense. So rather than, whereas before I would have to cycle through all the block placements, it now, oh look at that, so nice. It will default, the circuits and systems will default into that input. So it knows, the game now knows to do that, which is
neat.
So neat. Really pleased with that. So that's what that means. So when we say in our patch notes, 1 second, we've updated automatic best block rotation to favour circuits and systems connections where applicable. That's what we mean by that. So hopefully that clears that up for you. Okay, this next one is massive. So we've removed attach points to be behind the camera. We removed attach points that are behind the camera. So this is an age-old thing. This is something that's been in TerraTech for ages, where if you were in a massive tech, so let's look at something like, let's just look at this. So if I'm building in this tech, right, I'm going to go into build beam. And I want to build something on this side here. What I can do is just add it here. But if I was inside the tech,
it's still attached from the outside.
It used to attach from the outside.
Yeah.
So that's really important. So because the game thinks that there is attach points here, so it will default, and the game used to think that's where I wanted to put my block. But if we go, the game now knows to not include those attach points, the ones that are behind the camera. So we can literally just do this.
So Blue Square said I was literally having trouble with this exact issue yesterday. There you go.
There you go, Blue Square. This is a thing. This is a genuine quality of life improvement. This isn't like a new feature or something. This is something that it's been a real bugbear for ages, and it just gives you so much more freedom to build what you want to build now. That is really useful. Yeah, this is super, super useful. It's weird. It feels like it's one of those things that feels like it should have been in the game from day one. Yeah. But yeah, here it is. It's there. So yeah, you can now build. It basically means that you can build, when you're building big techs, massive techs, you can build. It's much easier to build inside it now, and you're not having to build around the inside. Yeah, you can effectively build a shell and then go in, which just basically frees up how you can build stuff, which is so good. Okay, so the next one is co-op mode. Is there anything I can show off in R&D first?
So
I've shown this one. Yeah, that's in co-op. On this going to co-op. Undo center. See you when techs are far away. I'm not quite sure what this one means, but let me. Hang on. Oh, sorry. This is another co-op thing. So we've also included some performance optimizations for circuits and systems. There's nothing to really show for that because it's just a performance update. I can't give you a before and after.
Yeah.
But there's been some more, performance updates.
Performance visual updates as well. How some of the wires look as well. So that's it's pretty much been more optimization on that end.
We've updated photo mode, so I can go into photo mode. What was the hotkey?
F13 or F12?
Oh, I can't remember. Maybe it's just pause. That didn't work. I'm basically trying to figure out how to
Rotate it and stuff.
more. I need to get more clarification on this because I know how it should work, but I'm not able to show it at the minute. Okay, so the rest of the updates are quality or in co-op. So let's load into a single player game mode and we can show the death marker. Oh, F3 and P to pause during it. Oh, Beltane off payload. Thanks, Beltane off payload. Hey, that's a weird name. That's almost like Beltane of payload. Who works here?
Beltane of house payload.
Yeah. Let's have a look at this one.
I've seen this tech somewhere.
I'm pretty sure QA gave me this tech.
It's Johnny's tech.
Is it? Yes, it
I
is.
use it as well.
Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out... here we go. Right, this is what we can do. This is genius. And then what I can do, I think this works in single player. It doesn't work in single player. Oh. I've basically got to go and find someone to kill me in single player.
To make it an enemy.
Yeah. I thought I saw an enemy arrive.
I saw the icon as well.
Right, let's try and find a bad guy, and then I'll just drop down a cab, and then I'll do it.
Oh, this. That one there? There we go.
Come on. So basically the idea is I want to be killed. Oh, what are you doing?
You put that guy away.
They won't let me do it when there's enemies that are close by. You're rubbish. Okay, it's just stopped. That's fun. It's just stopped. Come on, there we go. That'll do. So we'll just sit here. There we go. Right, so I've died. I'm going to load into a tech that I've just used.
Check your map.
There we go. I think that's another update that we've added. There wasn't an option. There was a use a tech nearby, or use. There wasn't the use a default.
There was you get like a tech that's the same grade as you normally.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
So there you go.
Oh, here you go. Death markers, wreckage site, and wreckage site. I must have done this before then. There you go. So yeah, on my mini map, on my map now, there are markers where I perished.
Yeah.
So that's going to help out. I've personally had this before in single player, where I've died and then got completely lost. I know we have a map now, so you should be able to find it.
No,
but
it's really useful. Like I've been playing campaign this week, and after I've been downed, it's been quite nice to know. Like I've died here, I can go back and pick up any blocks that I left, and just pick up from that.
Pick up from that point.
Yeah.
So basically, it means that TerraTech has basically turned into Dark Souls,
yeah,
right?
I guess they call it a corpse run.
Is that what? Yes, corpse run. That's it. Yeah. Here you go. Corpse run. Corpse running is now a thing in TerraTech.
Yeah.
Yay! Progress. Cool. So that is that. The other really cool thing. Now I need to figure out a way to show this. I'm going to build a tech that uses. Can I build a Fatui? Here we go. Right. So this is interesting. So. In the past, I wasn't able to load this tech because I had too many missing blocks. However, There are plenty of warnings now to say that I can deploy it, and I'm going to get a pop-up now. But I don't have all the blocks for this tech in my inventory, but the game is now allowing me to load this tech in, and I'm getting an error or a message saying, not all blocks required for Venture liftoff are currently available. This may cause the tech to fall apart when deployed. Deploy anyway. Let's just hit deploy and see what happens. Hey! So it's Venture liftoff, but without the wings and the blocks that I didn't have in my inventory. This is really important. This is like, again, this is the exact thing happened with me. I think I literally, this happened on stream. I had my big mammoth tech, and I swapped to a smaller tech that used some of the blocks from my big tech. I went off scouting, I died, and then spawned in a different tech, but because I'd lost the blocks that were on the scout tech, I couldn't then load in my main tech because it used some of the same blocks, and I was basically then stuck. I had to. It's just a really big step back. Whereas this addresses that, and this is major. So really happy with that. Good stuff. Awesome. So that's it for single player. What time have we got? Let's look at some co-op stuff. So I'm just going to load into a co-op creative game. If you want to join the game, feel free to. Just going to have a sip of Coke, sorry.
Refreshing.
I'm going to host. I'm going to go to co-op creative. I'm going to go public, so anyone can join.
Yeah. Oh, you actually play.
Yeah, if you want to come join my game, come join my game. Go on the unstable version. I don't think I have any mods installed, so it shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to come and join me, and we can show what all these cool new things are. So the first one is you can now ban players in co-op modes. So this was a big thing that we had with players complaining that people could easily join a game and then cab crash it, or whatever it's called, where you spawn in loads of blocks and then the game crashes. It's like a way of griefing players, I suppose, and it just made a really bad experience for players. So we've taken the time and implemented some measures that basically stop players from doing that. Or at least not stop them from doing it, but prevent them from doing it again in the future. So it just gives the host a bit more control over who is able to play in their games. So I'm waiting for someone to join my game. If you can, that'd be good.
I think built-in of payload.
Yeah, built-in of payload. You're a cool guy. Come join my co-op game. You can now ban players have done that. Undo. Okay, so undo send to tech to SCU when far away. So let's just load in one of these, and then actually what I can do. I was thinking, why am I going backwards? I know why. It's because I need to change to that. So I have a tech in co-op that is very far away. I'm going to fly as far away from it as I can. Well, not as I can, because that's infinite. Okay, Core 1948 has joined. Welcome, Core 1948. Yo, Core, yo. So they're going to come join us, are they? Yeah, there they are. So, let me read this again, just so I know I'm getting it right. Undo send to SE when techs are far away. So I have a tech that is very far away. I'm going to bring up this. Send blocks to inventory.
Yeah.
Hit that.
Let's go and check into. Oh yeah, someone joined our game, of course.
Shouldn't I get an undo feature for that? I feel like that's how that should work.
Oh, you might not want to. You might not want to ban them straight away.
Nah, ban them. But just to show you, I'm not actually going to ban them because I quite like this person. But we have the option. We've now added the option to ban them as well. So whereas before it was just mute and kick, you can now ban them.
Thank you. There you go. You can ban built-in payload.
There we go. Ban built-in payload. Banned.
So it'll give
You'll get a little pop-up.
Screen, yeah. So that way, in case if you click the ban button on like a friend or something by mistake, you kind of get that leeway of not banning them
straight away. Yeah. Actually, I'm not going to ban. I quite like Beltane. He's all right. Look at that cool guy there. So that's the ban feature in co-op. Now I need to figure out a way to how to unban.
Yes. So how you unban? You need to come out of. So actually ban Beltane first.
Oh, it's ban Beltane. Yeah.
So
Ban
him. And obviously core 1948. We're gonna have to quit the game, of course. So we need to go back.
Before we do that, what am I doing? I feel like I'm doing something wrong with the undo send to SEU when texts are far away. What does that mean?
Undo. What? Go on it again.
Sorry, this one. Undo send to SEU when texts are far away.
Guessing does that go into your block inventory? The blocks go in your inventory, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to check your inventory. But
We're in creative anyway.
Yeah. So.
But we'll give a brief outline. So what is it? What does it mean? What does that feature do? What does this new quality of life feature do?
I'd imagine.
Did you not work on this, Taku? Come on, man. I'm messing. I'm messing. No, I should have. I needed to do some prep work for this. I just assumed I could figure it out. Okay, cool. Right. So we will.
We need to unban Beltane.
Let's unban Beltane. Fine. So I'm going to quit out this co-op game. Oh, okay. Undo send to SU is not yet in co-op, I'm afraid. That'd be what I thought it was. I thought it was bought in specifically for co-op. But that's my bad. I've.
So if you go on multiplayer.
Multiplayer.
So you see that little.
This guy.
It's not final.
Yep.
But that's how you don't ban.
There it is.
Yeah, Beltane. So he's unbanned.
Beltane is unbanned.
So if you go back. If you host if you host another multiplayer game, let's host a PvP game, for instance.
Oh, hang on.
So if we host a deathmatch game, could someone try? So normally someone would be waiting in the lobby for us. So normally you'd get two buttons here, so you'd get the ban button and a kick button as well.
Beltane, come join our multiplayer game, our deathmatch game.
So then you've got the options to be able to kick. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so
kick and ban. Yeah, so you're able to kick and ban players before you get into the game.
Amazing. Right, we're not going to start a multiplayer game because this isn't multiplayer Mondays. That's an old thing that we do.
I was about to say I've never heard of multiplayer Monday.
When we used to stream, I think we tried streaming 3 days a week. Anyway, right. So that's that. So I could show off the send to SEU and text far away. Updated co-op chat box with various quality of life. Oh, we should have shown that more. When I was chatting, you should have seen it. When I was in chat, there was some extra features over in the bottom right corner that allow you to talk. This gives you a bit more freedom to talk in other ways. Oh, here we go. So in co-op, a player's tech is unloaded from the world when they disconnect. Rejoining the server will restore their tech. That's fine. That's pretty self-explanatory. So, you're going to ban me again. We won't ban you again, Beltane, I promise. I mean, that's pretty much everything, really, from this, from a quality of life update standpoint, from a community update standpoint. There's some other bug fixes, but bug fixes are really hard to show on stream because it's like...
Behind backend.
It's a lot of it's backend, yeah. A lot of it's backend. The other thing is, like, I can't really show a before and after because it's like, it's a fix. It's not something new. It's something that's been changed or updated. But there's a few more bug fixes that were as a direct result of community feedback. So thanks to the community and everybody that put those ideas forward, because these are really exciting. I'm really excited for these. They may not seem like major things, like co-op crafting, for example, but these are still pretty exciting times. So yeah, thanks to everybody who made a suggestion.
Yeah, keep the suggestions rolling in.
Absolutely. I think we're going to leave it there, everybody. I've sort of rushed through those quite quickly, but yeah, we're going to shoot off.
Cool.
Thanks, Taku.
No problem.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We'll be back next week. No, we won't be back next week. I'm on holiday next week. I'm in Espanyol.
Nice.
Yeah, going to enjoy the hot weather. But the week after that, we'll be back streaming on a Wednesday. I think we'll be doing an achievement hunter. I've not done an achievement hunter stream for a while, and I really enjoy those because I like getting achievements. Yeah, so tune in next week. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Thanks for Taku.
Cheers,
Animation City says, please answer my question. I need to know. Matt, how much water stuff is TerraTech Worlds? That's TerraTech Worlds question. We are not TerraTech Worlds. We're TerraTech One, so I can't answer that question, I'm afraid. Have a great week, everybody. See you when we get back.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.